Hello, welcome to League of Legends Roundup for April 1st. We only had one matchup today. It was between Vitality and G2 in the LEC. Different, the last few days had been LPL only. Today it's the LEC only. And then tomorrow we have the LCK Finals, LEC, and LCS playoffs. So tomorrow will be busy. But as you see here, short 3-0 by G2. Game 4, 45 minutes long. Game 3, 45 minutes long. A game that was back and forth, worth watching. If you're going to watch the series, Game 3 is the one to watch. The first two games, not so much. If you haven't watched one of these videos before, I take notes, save me the time of watching a 45-minute game or a 3-hour series between G2 and Vitality if you don't want to. Obviously, there are some, I want to say there are some perks to this as a pun, but I really am not a guy that enjoys using puns or play on words or whatever. So, obviously people wanted to watch his for perks, and being on Vitality against G2, could he do it? And no, he couldn't. And, let's get into it. What happened, what transpired. So, slow game in game 1. First blood would happen at 8 minutes. Vitality getting ahead, diving top lane 2-0. They then would go mid lane and get another kill, take a mountain, and actually get ahead in the early game. And they would do that in both game 1 and game 3, get out to early leads in the first, in the laning phase. So 15 minutes, Vitality are up 3-0, 1.5k gold, Selfmade's 2-0-1, 100% kill participation in the early game. He was active. He was definitely the Vitality MVP for this series, even though they lost. He played very well. Game 3, he faltered. However, he was their best player. 17 minutes, the first significant fight of the series. Vitality would win in mid 5-3. Karzi with a triple, Broken Blade with a double. I almost made Broken Blade MVP. I did not, but he played a great series for G2. G2 then would get a kill in bot lane at 19 minutes, get 2 more kills a minute later in bot lane, and take a Hextech Drake. So as we're going from the laning phase to the mid game, G2 get a couple picks in bot, and now the gold's tied. Drakes are tied 1-1. Selfmade still 3-1-4, has 7 out of 8 kill participation for Vitality. Vitality are up 8-6 in kills, but gold is tied. The game slows down, as you see here. We have no kills between 20 and 29 minutes, wherein G2 had taken an Infernal in that slow period, and then the next set of kills would happen where G2 got to a kill to go to Infernal Soul Point in 29 minutes. A minute later, now that they're up 5-4, they were able to get Prio over the Baron. They win a fight 4-1 to get the Baron, Yankos, and Flackid with double kills. Flackid ends up being MVP. That gives them a 4.5k gold lead. 31 minutes. With that Baron, they get 2 kills in the jungle, and then they end 2-0, pushing it down the throat of G2. G2 pushing it down the throat of Vitality. Wins game 1 15-10. Game 2, slow early game once again. All 3 games slow early games, definitely very different than the LPL I've been watching. As we know, the LEC and LCS are just slower series. The Western leagues are just slower than the Eastern leagues. So, game 2, first blood happened 7 minutes. Broken Blade solo killing Alfari. Broken Blade played a great game on Jax. If there was an MVP for game 2, it's Broken Blade. Broken Blade was the absolute star of game 2. G2 take a mountain. G2 then go top lane a couple times, which got Broken Blade ahead. So Broken Blade solo kills Alfari, and then they just continue to pound the top lane, go up there a couple more times. At 11 minutes, Vitality then respond. They go mid lane, as well as their bot 2v2 gets a kill. A minute later, G2 go bot lane to offset that 2v2 that just had happened to try and even it out. But Vitality say, fine, we're going to go mid again. Vitality then go bot lane again. So between 8 and 13 minutes, a lot happened. A lot of back and forth, multiple plays happening in the same minute. However, they allowed G2 to take an Ocean. And then at 14 minutes, Vitality go mid again. So they went mid, I think, 3 times between 11 and 14 minutes. But as they went mid lane, Broken Blade in the side lane solo killed Karzi. So he was so fed. He was solo killing the AD carry at 14 minutes. So at 15 minutes, G2 actually are up 6-5. 1.5k gold. Broken Blade is 4-0-1. 2 of those kills being solo kills. 18 minutes, the first significant fight went 3-3 in the jungle, Flacked with a double. That leads to G2 going to Cloud Soul Point. There's a skirmish in front of the Baron at 20 minutes. It goes 1-1. There's a reset. 24 minutes, G2 win a fight for the Cloud Soul 4-3. Broken Blade with a double. That leads to Baron, a 5k gold lead. They're up 14-12 at the time of taking that Baron. And Broken Blade is 6-1-5, 11 out of 14 kill participation. And then at 28 minutes, G2 win a fight 4-0. Flacked being the hard carry to end it. Final score 18-13. Clean game 2 out of G2, definitely the cleanest of the three. Game 3, definitely not clean. This was a messy game. Vitality finally decides to show up, and it was too late. So, this game starts with Vitality taking an Ocean in the early game. First blood would happen at 9 minutes when Vitality go top lane. Self-made with a double, as well as their 2v2 getting a kill. So, at 15 minutes, Vitality are up 3-0 and 4.5k gold. So that's a big gold lead at 15 minutes, 4.5k gold. They take a Cloud, so now they have 2 Drakes, this gold lead. They go top lane again. G2 get their first kill at 16 minutes, a pick. Vitality respond by going bot lane, and then also pushing G2 away from the Rift Herald, getting a kill and taking it themselves. However, when they did that, G2 said, fine, we're going to take a Hextech Drake. We're going to prevent you from going to Hextech Soul Point this early in the game, which was pivotal. That was a pivotal decision. There's a couple pivotal decisions by G2 in Game 3 that allowed the game to get to 45 minutes and give themselves a chance to win after being so far down in the hole in the early part of the game. So at 20 minutes, Vitality are up 5.5k gold, 6-1. Selfmade is 2-0-2. At 22 minutes, Vitality get a pick. They start Baron. G2 force them off, even though they lose the fight 2-0. They are able to keep Vitality off the Baron. G2 actually take a couple towers. Once again, another decision where they're sacking kills for gold. 24 minutes, Jankos, hero play. He steals the Baron from Vitality. Without that, Vitality probably win Game 3, honestly. I think Vitality have a big enough lead at the time. G2 hasn't scaled enough. I think that is a massive play by Jankos. He dies in the process, but G2 are now only down 3k gold instead of the 5.5 they were down 4 minutes earlier. Vitality go to Hextech Soul Point, and then the game slows down at 29 minutes. G2 themselves take a Hextech Drake, winning a fight 3-2, Flacked with a double. So now Drakes are 3-2 at 29 minutes. A minute later, there's a fight over Baron that goes 1-1. G2 takes it, which ties up the gold. Now the gold deficit is no longer. Vitality are up 13-5, but gold's tied, so what does it matter? Alfari is 3-2-6 on the Jace. He was the guy doing the most work for Vitality at this time. 32 minutes, G2 get a kill in bot with the Baron. That gives them a very small gold lead. But more importantly, they're able to reset and take a Hextech Drake themselves, going to Hextech Soul Point. 38 minutes, Vitality take the Baron themselves. That gives themselves a slight 1k gold lead. So the gold lead goes back and forth, but it's at 40 minutes. 1k is irrelevant. The big moment at 40 minutes, everybody's tied. It's 3-3 in Drakes. Both teams are at Hextech Soul Point. G2 had done it a lot later than Vitality did, but they're both at Soul Point. And Caps on the Ari steals the Hextech Soul from the grasp of Vitality. Selfmade lost that one Baron early where they probably could have won the game. He loses this Drake, and honestly, that's what I'm saying. Selfmade faltered in Game 3. He was their best player in the series, but he was a big reason why they lost. He misjudged the smite on 2 key occasions. 44 minutes, G2 win a fight 3-0 in mid, Flacked with a double. That leads to a Baron, a 4.5k gold lead, and then they end with that Baron through top 3-0. They just run it right down. Even though Broken Blade was in the side lane and didn't have TP and was way out of the play, G2 said, screw it, we are going to end here, and they did. Final score was tied 13-13, but doesn't matter how many kills you have. This is why I say sometimes, I say the kill score is misleading. It shows who's more active, more proactive, making more plays. But if you don't execute on it, like this game could have been easily 23-6 or something. If Vitality get that Baron at 24 minutes and they would end. I think they would end shortly after. But they didn't, and that's why the game ends up being the way it is. So that's my recap of Vitality versus G2 in the LEC playoffs. G2 moves on to Misfits on Sunday. Tomorrow we have Fnatic and Rogue, which I'm interested in. If there is a team in the LEC that I like watching, it is Rogue and then Misfits. So, yeah, so thank you for watching this video. If you have any comments, comment down below on how you feel about this. I mean, obviously, I had Vitality ahead of G2, I believe, in my playoff power rankings. If I didn't, I mean, I don't need to say, wow, I screwed up. But I think we all thought Vitality would give us more in the spring, and they completely, just they didn't do the job. They didn't do the job all split long, and push comes to shove, they couldn't do it in the playoffs. So if you have any comments about that, comment down below. Subscribe if you enjoy this stuff. I do this for all 4 major regions every day. And, yeah, thanks for watching.